American Woman. This is a really fun song to play. Now, Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings and the rest of the group put together some great songs, and this one has become a staple of the American, worldwide music scene, partly because it is very simple. The riff part there that I just played is a power chord thing as basic as Smoke on the Water or You Really Got Me or all kinds of tunes that really just take a little bit of strumming and a very simple sliding of some power chords. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to play this song in standard tuning. That is not how it's usually done, and it's not how they did it, especially the acoustic intro. So you may have noticed when I was playing that it didn't sound quite the same as the album. Now, I do have a complete lesson on this in the Target program that goes into exactly how it was all played, and the best way to do it all with a fairly exotic tuning. So not difficult, just unusual. And that really is the best way to do this. But if you want to learn a campfire version, a pretty basic version that is playable on your guitar without retuning anything, that's what we're here for in this lesson. So I've got a page of tablature, page of lyrics, and the lead I'm just going to leave in the other lesson. So in here we're just going to talk about the acoustic intro and the riff. Sometimes a caveman type riff, as I like to call those, because caveman could have put them together. It still doesn't mean it's not any good. It just means it's very basic, and that is part of what makes this song so great. So let's talk about the riff first. So we're going to take the electric guitar part first because that is really simple. And all you're going to need here is a power chord, 3 of them, all in the same shape. You could do it with 2 fingers, B, 5th string, 2nd fret. And on the 4th string of the 4th fret, that gives us our 2 notes for a B power chord. I really prefer to play it in this case with 3 or even flattening your finger out across maybe 3 or 4 strings, across 3 strings, so that you have a little bit more margin for error of how many strings you can hit. So we're just going to slide that, though, that B chord up to D at the 5th fret and then to E at the 7th fret. When we get to the E, we're going to include the low E as part of it to really beef up the bottom. Now, that was pretty much it. You can vary it a little bit, and Randy Bachman does in quite a few spots when he sometimes ends it with just 2 E's, not dropping back to the D. So what we have very slowly, and exactly what I have in the tablature here the first time, is 2 eighth notes. We're going to be strumming this at the speed of eighths, meaning every eighth is a down. And then when we have 16ths, that's going to be alternating downs and ups. So first beat, the first beat we play on is beat 4 of the measure. So we're looking at the bottom of the 2nd page of tablature where it says rhythm guitar. Those are both downs. We slide it up to the 7th fret. Steady set of down, up, down, and now because that one is an 8th note, the next one's a down. We drop back to the 7th fret, or to the 5th fret for our D chord, and come down and up, and then we end with another up, down on our E chord. Now the second time I play this, I'm going to play it with a slight variation where I'm not in the 2nd measure going to drop back down to D. Gives it a slightly more completed or final thought. So you could do it either way. It doesn't really matter. He kind of randomly changes as he runs through the song. So that's it for the rhythm guitar part. You just keep that going, and you get somebody with some really serious pipes that can belt out this song and just scream at the top of their lungs. So that's what you need. Maybe you need Lenny. I don't know. But now I want to talk about the acoustic intro, because this part is something that is kind of cool, and it's not that difficult to do. It's actually more difficult in this tuning than it is in the open tuning. But we're going to be playing a G chord, and what you want to do is have your second finger on the third fret of the G, and make sure on the third fret of the E string, playing the note G, making sure that you're killing the fifth string, and that the fourth string is open, because what we're going to be doing is hammering on your first finger. And what we have there is a dead string between the sixth and the fourth, because we want to hear the sixth and the fourth. That's the easiest way to get this very typical shuffle type rhythm. Now that's what our thumb's going to be doing a lot in this song, is keeping the shuffle rhythm going, which is actually a 12/8 or a delayed eighth note sound. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's the basic rhythmic foundation. And then we have these pairs of notes descending at the 6th and 7th frets of the 2nd and 3rd strings. Do these with your 3rd and 4th fingers. Slow down. 3rd finger, 2nd string, 7th fret. 4th finger, 3rd string, 7th fret. 3rd finger was at the 6th fret. I think I said 7th. Let me start that again. 3rd finger, 2nd string, 6th fret on the note F. 4th finger, 3rd string, 7th fret, D. Now those notes we're going to pluck with our 2 fingers, and they're going to slide down a half step at a time. And then they're going to land at the 3rd and 4th frets while our 2nd finger comes in and gets the G and the bass, and now we leave all those there and continue this. And we just end at the beginning of the next measure. Now the fingering for that is, we start with, this is now the, we're down to the 3rd line. And we leave our 3rd and 4th fingers where they are. Now to move to the 3rd and 5th frets, if you're looking at the tablature hopefully, your 3rd finger is going to stay on the 2nd string and slide up to the 5th fret, and then your 1st finger comes in on the 1st string at the 3rd fret, on the G. Then they both drop down to the 1st and 3rd frets, and now your 3rd finger stays where it is again. So your 4th finger comes back in, and then you come back in with the bass. So it's a pretty tricky way to get the sound that they got with the guitar in the open tuning. And again, if you want to check out more on that, you've got to come check out the lesson that's in the Target program. But now our second little riff, after a few of those, we stop with the shuffle, the hammer-on, because we don't really have time. We're just going to hit the chord twice, and now we have to go up to the 8th and 10th frets. Or just hit it once at the 8th and 10th, and then twice at the 10th and 12th. Now, they really play it one more time on the recording. But if we hit that note, we're going to have to cut it off instantly and get back down here. It's going to sound terrible. So I usually, if I'm playing this in this tuning, I prefer to leave that last one off. So that's just what you have to put together to get that all to happen. So the 3 main little things, again, are now just the main little riffs or melodies in here are just 2 notes at a time, unlike when we're in the open tuning where we're hitting 3 notes. And so this is a little thinner sounding, but it is as close as you can get in standard tuning. So that is pretty much everything you need to be able to play the standard version of American Woman. So I hope the tablature should be pretty self-explanatory, and with that explanation you should be able to get the hang of your thumb and your fingers working back and forth a little bit there. And if you really encourage you to check out the Target program, where we've got the complete version of this song, or at least the version in the exotic tuning, the E minor 7th tuning, and showing you exactly how everything went. So in the meantime, hope you enjoyed this free lesson and quick look at American Woman.